Welcome back to CBS 7 Morning News. I'm Sarah Strackhouse. Before we get into today's top stories, let's get a look at outside with Craig Stewart. Craig, what can we expect today?
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a great day today. We're seeing a little bit of cloud cover out and about, but daytime highs are going to get back into the lower 90s. Chance of rain, if you see it anywhere, is going to be down around the Big Bend area, and we are seeing a little bit of rain this morning in southeast New Mexico. We're going to take a peek outside. We'll show you what's going on around the city of Pecos, and you can kind of look off into the distance where a little bit of thunderstorm activity way off into the distance. Otherwise, it is shaping up really, really nicely. Good sunrise going on. Temperature is going to start to warm up, and we're going to feel like we usually do this time of year, which is right around 93, 94 degrees.
Welcome back. It's now time for News of the Strange.
I like this.
All right, let's talk about a lifelike prop. Okay,
lifelike prop.
A surprise guest photobombed a family's picture session in Tennessee over the weekend. And this baby fawn showed up while the family was taking photos at the Henry Horton Park in Chapel Hill. Oh, look at him. He looks so sweet.
That's incredible.
I know.
And small.
Is he letting them pet him? Huh.
Sure. The
baby deer did not look scared of people, and says the small animal let them pet him and stood with them as they took their pictures. Park ranger told the family the fawn was only a day or so old.
Didn't know any better.
That is so cute.
To run away.
Well, happily the family seems really nice, and we're petting him and being nice to him.
It's like a petting zoo.
It is. Just an extra member of the family there.
Exactly. Take him home.
Nice. So if you've ever tripped or bumped into someone while texting and walking.
Hello, I don't do that.
I am guilty. I am guilty, I must say. Well, apparently I'm not alone. So it happens to a lot of us. A college in Utah has a new interior design that might help students avoid that sort of thing. Are you serious? That's funny. The school divided a staircase into 3 lanes, a walking lane, a fast speed running lane, and a texting slow lane.
Yeah, so everybody's going to the right, I assume.
I was going to say, it's just going to be everyone up the right side.
And they'll still trip into each other.
Well, if it's a school, too, aren't they not supposed to be texting?
How do you look at that when you're coming down, though?
I don't know. Maybe they have escalators coming down or something.
Okay.
Then you can stand and text.
I'd go number 1 or 2.
I'd probably end up in 3, to be honest. Just being honest here.
Okay. We'll see you trip down the hall.
All right.
Yeah, I go 1. Forget the run. Number 2's out of the question. I'm walking.
All right, so it's pretty clear that this Oklahoma T-ball team is a bit more animated than your average group of kids. Saying Elsa is a good role model, these 6 and under teammates dress like their favorite animated star and call themselves the Freeze. That's awesome.
I like that.
They didn't have a winning season, but they're burning up the internet, so our advice, girls, just let it go.
You don't want to slide in that, though.
No, that's probably more of a, well, look at them. They still move pretty well.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah. Maybe
they're young. They move great. The older you get, you don't move so well these days.
It's true. It's true. Every time after a run now, I feel the aches.
I run pretty good in a kilt, you know, but that's it.
Why were you in a kilt?
Well, you know, I wore one time.
Okay, I was going to say, is this a frequent thing we don't know about?
No.
Underneath?
Here, no. It's not a frequent thing.
The thing you guys don't know is that every day he's actually in a kilt. He just
Waist
switches
up,
when
baby.
he goes on the wall.
Okay.
Oh, my God. All right. So hitting theaters this week, if you're trying to take your father out for Father's Day or something, an introspective animated movie from Disney Pixar.
I want to see this.
And a hip-hop coming-of-age drama. Take a look at this week's Now Showing. The city of Andrews is dealing with a problem that they haven't seen in decades. In the past month, the police have been given the task to investigate 4 armed robberies. The most recent occurrence was early Wednesday morning at the Allsup's convenience store, where a man wearing an oversized hoodie and bandana covering his mouth walked in with a gun and demanded cash from both clerks.
I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 in a 30-year span. And now we've had 3 in a month.
If you have any information on the robberies, please contact Andrews Crime Stoppers at 524-HELP. And heartbreak following the church massacre in South Carolina can be felt right here in West Texas. In fact, several churches are reevaluating their security measures. One of those churches is St. James Baptist Church in Odessa. Church leaders say as a church family, they're focused on safety. They're looking to up their security during prayer meetings and services.
We were definitely going to look and see what we can do to make our members feel secure, make the visitors feel secure. I'd rather have security, never need it, than to not have security and need it.
Several safety measures Reverend Bull is considering would be to look at certain doors during the day or having more of a presence around the entrance during prayer meetings and services. After nearly 2 long years, the family of 90-year-old Halbert Fanning is finally at ease, knowing the man responsible for his death is behind bars. On Tuesday, 21-year-old Jonathan Scott was sentenced to 6 years in prison and fined $4,000 for failing to stop and render aid after running Fanning over with his car. The accident took place on September 30th in 2013 in front of Catfish and Company in Odessa. Unfortunately, Fanning did not cross at the crosswalk and was hit by Scott's car.
If he would have stopped, the jury would have certainly weighed that. But he left the scene. He ran over this guy in a very violent crash and did nothing to help him. And that callousness is part of what the jury considered in giving him prison time.
Fanning was a poet and World War II veteran who left behind 6 children, 18 grandchildren, 55 great-great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-great-grandchildren whom he loved very much. Last year, there were 8 reported car pedestrian fatalities and 1 so far this year, according to police. Police say that they can't stress it enough about the dangers that come with jaywalking and say it's never worth the risk. Safety was a top priority at last night's meeting at the Woodson Community Center. Juneteenth board members met with Odessa Police to talk about security at this year's celebration. They say in the wake of Charleston's tragedy, they want to make sure that all people who come to this year's celebration feel safe. That means more security at one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state.
Makes us on guard. We've got to be on guard. We've got to make sure we dot our I's. We've got to cross our T's. We've got to be more involved with law enforcement because we want to be proactive.
This year's Juneteenth celebration kicks off today and runs all weekend. There will be food, vendors, music, and plenty of fun for the whole family. Andrews police are looking for any information about a robbery that happened at the Beals Shopping Center late Wednesday night. Police say that 2 people smashed a rock through the front door, then ran inside and stole denim pants and polos. If you have any information, we urge you to contact the Andrews Police Department. Their contact information can be found on our website at cbs7.com. And a Permian High School teacher charged with sexual assault and improper relationships with a student has resigned. 44-year-old J.D. Burns resigned from the district on June 9th after being placed on administrative leave in April. The Odessa American reports that the district attorney's office has not yet received the case. Burns was arrested and charged with sexually assaulting 2 of his decathlon students back in March. An OPD are in the process of issuing a warrant for an arrest of a former 7-Eleven employee caught stealing. The 24-year-old woman was caught stealing $2,500 worth of merchandise, cash, and lottery tickets from the 7-Eleven off East Ridge Drive in Odessa. Surveillance video caught the former employee stealing on camera, and they immediately took action. According to store officials, this is sadly an ongoing problem that the company has been facing with some of their employees. And some good news, another new sandwich shop is adding to Midland. According to our media partners at the Midland Reporter-Telegram, Jimmy John's will be the latest addition to the Midland's long list of sandwich shops. Originally based out of Austin, Midland is the biggest city in Texas that does not have a Jimmy John's. Marketed as having freaky fast service, the store will open sometime this fall in the new Scottsdale Square. It'll be open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And banking officials in the city of Midland came together to teach teachers about instructing students on finance. All across the state, banks are coming together to provide tools that will help educators implement the importance of learning skills about budgeting your money. Mary Lang, president of the Independent Bankers Association of Texas, says that although it's frightening to students, it's something very important that students should learn early on.
It's not something to be frightened of. It's something to learn from and play with and succeed with.
The Texas legislature is requiring high school students to take a financial literacy class prior to graduation. The mandate will help students have a better understanding of managing and budgeting their money. The emergency notification system Code Red is finally available in Pecos County. Residents can now sign up to receive notifications for emergency and safety situations. Code Red also notifies residents of severe weather. If you'd like to sign up or learn more about Code Red, you can just visit fortstocktonfire.net. With your eye on the nation, the man suspected of killing 9 people inside a historic black church in South Carolina is expected to appear in court today to face charges. 21-year-old Dylan Roth was captured Thursday morning in Shelby, North Carolina, following an all-night manhunt. Authorities believe that Roth opened fire during a Bible study session at the Emmanuel AME Church Wednesday night. The Justice Department has now launched a hate crime investigation. And it's been 2 weeks since 2 convicted killers were last seen in an upstate New York prison. Authorities are still searching for Richard Matt and David Sweat, who used power tools to break out of the Clinton Correctional Facility. On Thursday, U.S. Marshals added the escapees to their 15 most wanted fugitives list. And Tropical Depression Bill continues to move fast and move east today, threatening several parts of the country with severe rainfall and flooding. On Thursday, remnants of the storm moved across the plains, dumping more than 10 inches of rain in parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. The bad weather could linger around for some states for Father's Day.